Hey guys, welcome to Jimmy D's Guitar Lessons Rock Talk. Check this out. Nice, beautiful guitar here. My buddy Paul's. Paul asked me to see if I could take some time and fix his guitar. He had a lot of issues on it, needed to be set up. A couple things with the electronics wrong and a bunch of stuff. So I went over this whole guitar. So this video is all about what I did to this guitar and all the steps that I did to fix it, such as changing the strings, checking the electronics, checking and changing the strings, dressing the frets, setting the intonation. So be prepared. It's a long video, just over an hour long, but I thought I would capture the moments that I did on his guitar so he could take a look to see what I did to it and how long it kind of takes to work on a guitar. And for the viewers, just to hang out with me, and took me a few nights to do. And I think I did a good job on this. I played it after, it was really good. Yeah, stick around. Like I say, it's an hour long. In the future, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do separate videos where I'm just going to break everything down so it's not an hour long, but one video for, say, the string height, one video for the intonation, etc. So if you can, please subscribe if you haven't already. It really will help me out. And yeah, let's take a look. We'll see you after the video for a little message. Thanks again, and rock on. So let's look at this guitar here. Wow, nice screw there. Looks like we got some paint build up here, so it was painted before. The pickups here. Oh my goodness. This little beat, I plugged it in and there's no sound coming out of it. So we got a little bit of work to do on here. You know, we'll have to see what we could do to put this thing in good, usable, working shape. Yeah, it's a little rough time. I like that screw there, it rocks. So that's before. Well, it's time to take the back off. Well, let's take these strings off. I'll fool around, right? Gotta get rid of all these strings. Trash. Trash. Oh. See all that? So you can see here all of his wiring in here. A lot of it's disconnected, needs to be soldering. What the heck? So you can see here, I'm going to check his tuning pegs here. There's a lot that are loose. So I got this little handy toolkit that I got off of Amazon. It tightens it up. It's not too bad. So just going to go down there and do it. Eventually I'm going to use a little crescent wrench on there. But it's good to snug these up. Just go one by one. This tool is kind of cool, but you know, if you don't have a tool like that, you could use the crescent wrench and just put it on there, and nothing crazy, just a little snug, so it's nice and, you know, a little tight. You don't want to over tighten them, but you don't want them loose. And his are loose on here, so when they're loose, they like to move around, and that usually contributes to your tuning going out quite often. But this is pretty good. We're just going to snug these up and move on to the next part of it. So hope you're enjoying this so far. Well, now it's time to put a little bit of cleaner on here. I like using glass cleaner at first because I see my cat even likes it too, because it takes some of the grease off. That's what I like about it, and it's not really going to harm everything, and it just it takes the oils off from your hands and whatnot, and just to spray it on, and
You know, it's I like, look how dirty that is. It's probably gonna get, show some more dirt later. I'm just getting the dust off that he had from when he brought it here to my place, and just his greasy hands from here. So clean the guitar when you're starting it. It's a good idea, and then you want to clean it after too. We go more into cleaning in a more detail a little later on. Enjoy.
Right, so let's take a look at the frets on here. Let's see if I do this. So you can see there's some pitting in the frets, and they're not shiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these out a little bit, as much as I can. I don't want to go too crazy, as long as there's no big major bumps, and we want to polish these. So I'll set up the camera on a tripod, and we could do that. And then in the next couple days, I'm going to get some parts so we could change these out like we talked about. Some new knobs and springs. That'll be later on in the video, but for now, we'll work on the neck. Before we go too far, let's put this on here. And we can take a look, and we can see the neck. Pretty straight. All right, so another thing that I didn't show, but I did earlier, was here's a fret rocker. This tool is kind of cool. Even has, gauge on it for your height of your strings. But with this, you put on here, and you'd see if you have any. You rock it back and forth. You see if your frets are nice and straight. I already did this before, and they're pretty good. So we'll start down here where it's small, right? So you just rock it back and forth pretty good, and you just keep going up and down. And then when you get wider, like that's there, where you can't use, you got to flip this over, and you try to rock it there, rock it there. Then when you get more down on the neck, I mean coming up, you got there and whatnot. So that's that. That's fret rocker. Cool. So here are some tools that we could be using today. Good, because we're not going to use them all, but these here, they sit right in here, and it protects the wood. And these are smaller for when you get down the neck more. We got files that you might be able to use this file on here. We'll try it a little bit, but for this demonstration purpose, I'm just going to pick an easier one to do. I do have this little file set too, that if we really need to get in somewhere. But for the most part, I'm just going to be using a cover and a Scotch-Brite pad just to kind of see where we're at. So it's got a few frets. Got here that one here that isn't too bad. Move the camera a bit there. See if we could do that. So I'll put this on here. I'll take my red Scotch-Brite pad. Just clean it up really good. Over it a few times. No rush. You don't want to rush. And then after that, I'm gonna polish it. Shines it, makes it look really cool. Rag, wipe it off. You kind of see it's taking some of the oxidization out, but there's still a few little things there. So I might take this. If I take this, I just put this on here. Go over this a few times. I don't really like doing this if I don't have to, because we'll shave it down a little bit. But this is for my buddy Paul. He says just kind of shine it up to where he could get it playing. So like I say, I'm going to do the whole fretboard here. Then after, I'll use my little Dremel tool, and I'll use these polishers, and we'll polish all these up, and they'll look really, really good. So I'm not going to bore you and do them all on camera right now. We're just going to go to the next step. So I'm going to pause this video, and then we'll see you on the next segment. Alright, you can see I put some polishing compound on the frets. Just did that loosely. It's okay to get it on the wood because we're just polishing the frets themselves. Then I would just take a rag, see a nice clean rag here, and just go back and forth on the fret itself. And then after that, we'll use my Dremel to polish it, clean it all up, and it will look good. You can see lots of black stuff on there, so that means it's working. So I'll continue doing this neck, and then I'll bring out the Dremel. We'll take it from there. So I'm kind of done where I'm at right now. As you can see, the cloth is pretty black. Still got a little bit ways to go. So I'm going to just rub the neck down. I'll get out my Dremel tool, and then we'll shine these up, make them look really good. Just wipe that off, and yeah. Now I'm going to plug this in, polish these up. Be nice and bright after they're done. And then after I'm done polishing it up, we'll take and we'll clean up the wood on the fretboard here. See how this looks. Well, you can see I polished here. I didn't do here yet, but it's getting better. Sometimes these things take a little bit of time. So I'll continue on, and we'll be right back. Right now, I'll take a clean rag and just get all the dust off. Wipe these off. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. I think it's pretty good. It's nice and shiny. Now I'm just going to work on here. I'm just going to use a little light polish in here just to get some of the little bit of the oxidization off and whatnot. Will look good. All right. See you in a bit. Let's check it out. Hey, welcome. Welcome back. So we're going to continue to work on this guitar here. Got some stuff from Amazon in the mail today. So we got some parts, which is good, and we'll kind of go through them when we get to what we need to do. But I'm saying the first thing we need to do is fix this. So I got some stuff in here. Right here, so we could adjust this. So I'm going to work on this, and then we're going to work on this, and then I'm going to give it a good cleaning, and then we'll continue on. So I'm going to pause it here so I can start a new roll, and then probably do one of those fast forward things.
So you see how his pickup is sitting. One of the screws and springs were out. They're just, not working. And we had to replace a spring and a screw. And I'm just taking it out here.
And you can see his pickup here. Wiring looks okay. We just need to put those new screws in there, so we'll do that right away. Grab a cloth here. These screws here are all rusted out. Take these out. And I'll save these screws because you never know. You might need spare parts for another guitar. Give them the butt to get out, but we'll get it out. So got some new springs. I just ordered some stuff off of Amazon. Yeah, try your best at Amazon. But we'll put these on. Oh, cool. We got the springs here. When we put this in, this will go like the top here, top there, up here. Then we get these springs. They'll go here, another one here. We'd have to do one side at a time, which is okay. So once we get this going, go finicky here. All right, I found a screw, made it work. So I got these on here. Down a little bit here. Sometimes it's hard to find a good screw. I'll just put these up a little bit here. Oh, that look good. Wiring in there. Sitting good like that. I'll put these little screws in here. Get them going. There's a will, there's a way. And we found the will. Now we found the way. Put these in here. You don't have to go crazy and make them super tight, just as long as they're snug so they don't move. Because you don't want to break the plastic. Then we'd have to buy another one on Amazon. What are you doing here? The next repair I do, put a camera above so we get some from above shots. Okay. Over there. And later we'll adjust the height of here, but at least it's back in there. So now I'm just going to pause this and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to go to the next step. Stick around. All right, welcome back. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to work on this. I don't know if you can see that, but this looks like a normal screw in here. So we bought some new ones and we're going to change this. But what we'll probably do is take them all off so I can clean it because he's got a dirty guitar. Well, let's check that out. Oh. Not good. I'm not going to take it apart here. I'll just clean up a little bit here. Okay. Now we got a package here. Now we're going to put this new one in. Like you've got a free guitar pick. Ooh. Fancy. Okay. Careful with these springs here. You know what? I could use this old one. Use the old one so it matches. Just gonna spin this around. So I'm just gonna take all these ones out of the back just so I can clean it up for him. Because he's a messy guy. No, just kidding. It's always kind of good to do as much cleaning as you can, because if you save it till the end, there might be some spots where you can't clean properly, and so you just take a little extra time and care, and it will pay off in the long run, because he'll be happy. He'll be a happy rock star. Plus it's dirty. I'll spray it with some, if I spray stuff like this, it's usually just with glass cleaner, and then once I'm ready to do the body, I'll use I think I still have this product called wireless car wash, which is really good. So got one more to go. What do you guys use to clean your guitars with? Let me know below in the comments. Be interesting to find out what everybody uses. Okay, I'll be back. Gotta get some cleaner. All right, let's see how dirty this is. Years of gunk. I'm playing. Like I say, I just use some glass cleaner, a nice rag. Let that soak in for a second or two. That's a lot cleaner than it was. So I'm going to speed this up and put this back together. We'll see what it's like in fast motion. We'll slow it back down for a second. try to do a close-up of here. I don't know if you can see this. There's these little Allen keys here. We'll get into that when we do our height adjustments of the strings. So it doesn't matter right now how you put them in, because we're going to be doing that adjustment later. Back to fast forwarding. All right, and back. So we got these on now. The one was a little difficult because it's a, you know, it's always good to get a matching set, and the ones I got, they're okay, but we used his so it had the same look to it. So now we could put on new package of knobs. Get my knife. Some nice cool black ones. We'll take these off later just before we give it a polish, but that will look good. It's gonna be a little stubborn. That's good. All right, so we got this on, got that on, these to take off later, and press pause here. Then, all right, we'll get to the whammy bar later, but we're going to look at this jack input here. Got him a new one. We'll solder it up. We're going to take the old one off. Yeah, it was disconnected. And then I have a new one here for him. Black one, too. So everything that comes from Amazon, you get a guitar pick. Cool. This and the screws. Don't want to lose the screws. That's the jack, so I'm going to solder it on and get her going. I'll be back. All right, back. So here's the where we're going to put in. We're going to solder here. Remember, this is your ground. That's your positive right there. Okay. All right, we'll put this back on. See, there's a nice soldering job. I hope I did. If I didn't do a good soldering job, please let me know. We get this in the cavity now. Line her up. There we go. Screws in here. You can tell he's had this off before, and oh my goodness, he has a few fresh screw holes, so we'll have to see which ones work, which ones will fit. We got. Just snug enough so it holds it in. You don't want to strip it. And there we go. That's in. That's soldered there. You see this silver in here? Well, when you put the back plate on, it connects. It acts as a shield. Some people put primer here. It's called conductive primer. It's good to use. But we'll put this back on with the new screws, and then we'll see what's next. So I bought some screws for the back, and I gotta free pick again. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm just going to put this back on, and then we'll work on the rest of the stuff. So I'll kind of fast forward, speed this up too. So what I'm going to do here, so he's got the springs in there, he's missing a spring, but it's okay. He doesn't really use the whammy bar in here. We're going to have to get a size bigger whammy bar. And if we have to do any adjustments, we will do them as needed. So there again, I'll speed her up a little bit. So we'll just set these in. Not too crazy. Just he didn't have them all on here, and excuse me, got a little bit of a cold today. Yeah, he didn't have them all in, and he had a few that were loose. But we'll put these in here. You might as well have them. Seen some people when they adjust the back, they just put some Velcro in there. But you know, I think there's maybe one or two, maybe two in here and two on there. So if you're going to go this far, just get some new screws in there. Okay. So now we're ready to. I'm going to give it a little polish, and then we're going to put the strings on, and maybe call it a night. And tomorrow we'll do the rest of the stuff. Stick around. All right, we're going to clean the back up here. Rag. Stuff's pretty good. Wireless car wash. So it's back in the day. Need a little bit. Let her soak up. Leave it on a minute. Get a clean rag. Dry. Clean this up a little bit. All right. Do this. Just try not to get it on places that we don't want it. Knobs off for now. Dry rag. Give her wipe clean. There. A lot better than when it first came in. It was really dirty. It's nice clean. Probably can't see this. It's looking good. The owner of this guitar actually painted this himself, and I'm really impressed. So now the next thing we're going to do is strings. I think I have some videos on doing some strings if you want to click there or there, but I'm just going to put these on and kind of do the fast forward thing so we don't bore everybody. But if someone wants to know how to put on the string, we'll do an example for one and take it from there. We're back. So before I forget, I'm going to actually, the volume and tone pods on here, I'm actually going to clean them up. I'm going to spray some contact cleaner in here a little bit. Give it a spin. Oh yeah, big difference. One here. These little holes here, you could just spray it in. I'll put the cover back on and put some strings on. Yeah, so sorry about the mess in my workshop. I just kind of built this the other weekend. I just had a little room in the back here in the garage. Just started cleaning it up. Thought, I'll put all my guitar stuff here and whatnot. And I have my own guitars to kind of work on. And a buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to fix his guitar up. He had some issues with it. And I said, for sure. So that's what we're doing. So he wants some strings, some 10s. So we got here 10 to 46. So we'll put some on and see how it goes. The Dario. He'll be happy. Hope he will be happy. They're even color coded so you don't get mixed up. Easy to do. So I'll put a few on. When we do the strings, we'll put the strings on and then we'll stretch them. Should we have everything we have here? Okay, perfect. Look at this. It even tells you the color codes so you can't get it wrong. Kind of cool. But you'll be able to tell. So on this guitar, string will feed through the back here. Okay, make sure it's in there good. So, if I could see this, I gotta move my camera around. All right, so there's a couple ways you could wind strings with your fingers. String winder like this. You can use one of these drills, but you gotta be very careful. So, oh, there goes my light. I'm gonna press pause and put my other light on. There we go. We're back. Put the string on. Oh, if you guys could see this, let me just take a peek here. Yeah, you should be able to. So when I do a string, this one's going to go here. It's reverse headstock. But let's just say it goes here. I would put the string in here. Okay. And how long do you want this string to be? Well, I always go 1, 2. So I'd bring it back like that and then start winding it. But since we don't have one here, I'll pull it to where it needs to be. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll come back to 1, 2, and then I'll start winding from there. So I take this, usually pull up like this. I'll start turning it. So I'm going to show you a few ways you could do it like this. Right? We have that other winder here. A lot of people use these. Pretty inexpensive. Sometimes you get them free. You get strings. So we're just gonna put them on like this for now. Then after I'm gonna start, start stretching them like this, giving it a tune. Start stretching. I'll stretch them 2 to 3 times, um, and then we'll tune from there. Also, watch too. Be careful. Don't want to poke your eye out. Sometimes I'll just go like this and give it a bend, or I'll cut it off right away. But since I'm working alone, I'll just do like that. So I'm going to continue on to the next string. I'll just kind of speed up the video so I don't bore you to death. And if I need to say something important, I'll come back. But probably be the last string. Okay, now we got all strings on. What I'm going to do is take my little cutters here. I'm just going to cut these off, these ends. You guys could see this or not, but I'll throw these in the garbage so I don't poke myself. And I think that's going to be it for tonight. If I decide to do some more stuff, I'll turn the camera on and start recording. I might just take a little break and take it from there. Unless I got a tuner in here and I could start tuning this, I'll take a look. I don't. I actually found a guitar cable, and I have a Korg tuner, which is really cool. And I could now tune this up to see where we're at. Just old school stuff. So I'm going to tune all this up, and then we're going to stretch the strings. Cool. Got that. So then I come here and I give them a stretch, right? There's actually a string stretcher you could get that you put it on here, it goes, but this is good. You just be gentle, like, especially with these ones. It's really these ones that really got to get stretched. Then I'll tune them again. Stretch quite a bit. See how it sounds. Cool. Now tomorrow we are going to set the string height. I guess you can't see it there. But we're going to set the string height, and then we're going to set the intonation, another tune, then we're going to go over it again and see where we're at. So stick around, and we'll see you on the flip side. Later. All right, welcome back, folks. Paul's guitar here. So we did everything that we said we just did. Now we're going to do the string height, and then we're going to do the string intonation. Um, got the new whammy bar for it today. And I'm going to bring the camera in so we can kind of talk a little more about string height. So let's try that. All right. So string height. All right, here's one thing I like to show you guys. But string heights. You get these string height gauges. They're all pretty much the same. So I got a few, but we'll just talk about what they do. Is like you can see on here, you just line it up your string here, and you see where you're at and where you're sitting. Okay. It tells on here on the back on how it should be. Like your thick string should be a 1.5 to 2 on your 12th fret. Go here, see where we're at. You can see that, but yeah, we're good on there. So that's that. I put this here, and I see it's almost there. It's gonna go a little more. Go up higher. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I can. Say I'm good. Bang on. So another thing too, what I do is I take this here, and this is the radius of the neck. It's a 9.5. I just put this in here after. Get it in there. I could bring it up like this, and I could see how the strings are, because we want them to kind of go with the radius of the neck. So that's just something that we'll play with and see where we're at. It's kind of cool. But I will continue on. Here. That's pretty good. Oh. Now, I'm going to take a look here and see how. I think I like what I see. Yeah. You can see with this how it sits on there nice. So that's good. Wow, that was fairly good. Just gotta level this one a little bit here. Always try to make sure that they're level. They're not sitting goofy. Let's take another look. You guys see that? Hard to see. Hard to see and film at the same time. But everything looks good. Okay. Just give it a little twang for a sec. Okay. All right, so that's set. Now, when we come back, we're going to do the intonation. I'm going to set up my tuner here, and I'm going to actually plug it in, and then we'll show you what that's all about. Stick around. All right, let's talk intonation. It's going to be hard to see here, but I'm using this Nice old Korg tuner, GA1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune it right now, the E string. So you can see I'm tuned on pretty good. I hope you can see that. Now what you want to do is we want to put our finger on the 12th fret, not like crazy pressure, just like how you kind of play. And you can see if it's sharp or if it's flat. This actually, it's dead on. So I don't have to adjust this one back and forth, which is good. So it's a perfect tune. Good. To the A string. We got it almost right on. And even if you're off a little bit, just you note where the gauge is. And what I'll do later, I'll go inside and I'll grab my snark tuner later, and we'll probably see a little better. But we'll just work with this what we got for now. That one's dead on too. That's good. See, that's a little sharp. Just a little sharp. So what we have to do is we have to make the string longer. Okay. So we're going to bring this back a little bit. It's going to go out of tune. It's okay. Retune it. Perfect. You can hear that, I bet, too. Bad? Wow, it's bang on. So if it's too sharp, you have to lengthen the the distance. So you're bringing this back on the bridge. And if you need to go sharper, you go bring it in forward. You make it the string shorter. So that's intonation. I'm sure there's 100 million videos out there like that, but I just thought I'd put it a part of this video for you folks. Okay, next we're going to do, when we come back, take a little pause, we're going to check the pickup height and plug it in and take it for a rip. All right, let's talk pickup height. Turn this down. So you can see, I hope you can see, the head ups and pickups could be adjusted. You just use the screwdriver in there, Phillips, and you raise it and lower it. You don't want to go too high. You don't want it too close, because you want, if it's, these are magnets, so if it's too close, you're not really going to get any good vibration from it, I guess. I want to say, but you could do it by ear. You could just do it how you feel. It's all self preference. Um, I don't think there's an exact measurement where people have this. So let's just see what this sounds like here. So I'm just going to adjust this. I want to adjust this a little higher, not too much. Can be adjusted. See, it's actually not too bad from where it is, where the neck is going across. What I might do is just adjust that a little bit. It's a little close, but there it's not too bad in the back when it does that. And on here, if you just up and down with these screws, if I get a good screwdriver, these just raise and lower it. There's those springs in there that we changed earlier. Let's just see where we are. Bucker here. Yeah. So let's just so far so good. What's next to do? Put the whammy bar on. It's like putting the icing on the cake. Screws in like that, and you can wow 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 wow. So now, I don't want to really go into a big review what we've done. I'll save that for when I do another camera angle. But what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take it for a rip, and then we're going to do a review on what we did to the guitar. I just get all my stuff mainly online from Amazon, or a lot of times, well, I should say a lot of times, I'll go to a local music store. We just didn't really have one around our place for a while. So they have a nice Long and McQuaid, a couple of years old, on Henderson Highway in Winnipeg. Go there to get some stuff, and usually collect stuff as you go too. So we'll be back for the review. Rock on. Hang out. Wow, thanks, you made it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it was a long video, but it was kind of cool to hang out with me for a while, for a few days, to see how this worked out. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and be making some more fun videos. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending some time with me, and take care and rock on. Yeah.